Assalamu alaikum students. I hope you all are fine. Today we are going to start our new chapter, that is the earth. Let's begin. Our earth is an interesting place where we live. We see high mountains, lush green valleys, deep oceans, sea, river, ponds, as well as vast deserts. As you all know that students, our earth is consist of so many mountains, forests, river, oceans, deserts, and many more things. Our earth is one of the 8 planets of our solar system that revolves around the sun. As you all know that there is a solar system in our galaxy and there are 8 planets in our solar system. Can we name them? Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. And our Earth is the 3rd planet of our solar system, which is somehow near to the sun. That's why we bear cold weather and as well as hot weather also. And the largest planet of our solar system is Jupiter. The smallest planet of our solar system is Mercury. The brightest planet of our solar system is Venus. And the coldest planet of our solar system is Neptune, just because Neptune is very far from the sun. Earth is the 5th largest planet in our solar system and 3rd closest planet to the sun. Earth is about 150 million kilometers away from the sun. It is just at the right distance from the sun, have liquid water and layer of air to sustain life. Students, Earth is the only planet that contains life. None of the planet contain life, just because some planets does not have water and some planets does not have any kind of air that sustain life. And the question arises here, the earth is really round? The earth seems to be flat to us just because we walk. And it's difficult to feel that the earth is a sphere with a bulge at its equator and flattened at its top. As you see in the picture, that earth is flat from the top and bulged at its equator. The equator is the midline of the earth. Many people believe that, or a long back people believe that earth was flat. That's why they feared to sail far out to sea, as they may fall off. But some sailors sailed around the earth and come back to the same place. When they come back to the same place, they feel that the earth is round. Where they started, they come back to the same place when they sail to the ship. They believe that the earth is really round. Now it has been seen by the astronaut from space that earth is round and flattened at the top and swell at the equator. As you see in the picture, the earth is flat at the both top, the south and the north, and bulged at the equator. To study the earth, there are so many imaginary lines: latitude, longitude, equator and axis. Let's begin with equator. The imaginary great circle around the Earth's surface, it divided the Earth into North Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere. Now what is hemisphere? Hemisphere means half. The equator is an imaginary line between the earth which divides both hemispheres, the northern hemisphere, which is the top part, and the southern hemisphere, which is the lower part. As you see in the picture that the midline of the earth is known as equator and the upper part is known as northern hemisphere and the lower part is known as southern hemisphere, and the midline, which you see in the red in color, that is the equator, which half the earth. Now coming up to latitudes. They are known as parallel lines and they run in east-west direction, major distance north to south from equator, and are parallel to another and never meet. They cross the prime meridian at right angle, lies in planes that cross the earth axis at right angle, get shorter towards the pole with only equator, and the longest a great circle. Now, what is latitudes? Some horizontal or parallel lines in our earth is known as latitudes, and the number of these lines are 90 in north and 90 in south. These lines never meet and they become shorter when they comes to poles, that is north pole and south pole, and they become greater when it's come to equator. As you see in the picture, the blue lines, the light blue lines is latitudes which surround our earth and never meet, and the direction of these lines are east to west. Now coming up to longitude. They are known as meridians, run in north-south direction, major distance east or west of prime meridian. They are farthest apart at equator and meet at poles. Across the equator at right angle, lies in plane that pass through the earth's axis and are equal in length. So, as you know that latitudes are the lines which are in horizontal direction and the longitudes are the lines which are in vertical direction. They run to north to south direction. As you see in the picture, they run from north to south direction and they all meet at the point that are the poles. Which poles? North pole and south pole, and they far at the point at equator. As you see in the picture, they farthest apart at the equator and meet at the pole, and they cross the prime meridian with the straight line which is of 0 degree. These lines meet at the point at equator and the length of these lines are equal. Now, what is prime meridian? As you study in the longitude that the distance of prime meridian, the prime meridian. What is prime meridian? The prime meridian is 0 degree longitude. This imaginary line runs through the United Kingdom, France, Spain, West Africa and Antarctica. All longitude lines run parallel to prime meridian. So, prime meridian is a straight line that is of 0 degree. This is also a longitude line which is also known as prime meridian just because it is of 0 degree, and it's also an imaginary line. And these lines go through with some of countries that are United Kingdom, France, Spain, Western Africa and Antarctica. And all longitude lines are parallel to prime meridian and it's follow the prime meridian direction. Now coming up to axis. First you take a bangle and spin on any tabletop. Do you see any imaginary line in the spinning bangle? This imaginary line that you see is called axis. The earth also spins on its axis. This movement is called rotation. The earth spins from west to east and complete its one rotation in approximately 24 hours. We don't feel that spinning because everything including us is spinning along the earth that with the same speed. It is the earth's rotation that causes day and night. As you all know that equator is the half of our earth, that is upper part is northern hemisphere and the lower part is southern hemisphere. There is also the equal half that is of in vertical direction. The vertical direction equal half is known as axis, and the earth rotate with the east to west direction. When it completes its one rotation, they cause day and night with the help of spinning. When they complete one spin, it's called day, and the other spin, this called night, and it's complete approximately 24 hours with the one rotation. And the spinning of Earth, we does not feel any kind of spinning, just because at the same speed we all are also spinning with the Earth. The question arises here, why do we have day and night? Earth is always moving on its axis, which allows sunlight to shine on different parts of Earth. The area of Earth facing the sun receives sunlight experience day, and the area of Earth which is not receiving sunlight experience night. At all time, half portion of the Earth is lighted by sun and half of the portion remain in darkness. As we study in axis that Earth rotate or spin with the east-west direction, when the half of the Earth facing the sun, that portion experience the daytime and the other portion experience the nighttime. Solstice. Solstice either of two movement in the Earth's when the sun's apparent part is farthest north or south from the Earth's equator in the northern hemisphere. The mid-solstice occurs in the June 20 or 21 and the winter solstice on 21 or 22 December. As we heard that the longest day of the year and the longest night of the year, that is our solstice, that occurs with the help of solstice. These are the two movements which occur in the midsummer and occur in the midwinter. When it's occur in the midsummer, it's on 20 or 21 June, and when it's occur in the midwinter, that is on 21 and 22 December. Now, what is equinox? The word equinox is made up of two Latin words. Equo means equal and nox means night. The length of day and night are equal on the day of this year. There are two types of equinox, spring and autumn equinox. The time when the sun across the plane of the Earth's equator, making night and day of the approximately equal length. Just because why? The sun across the Earth's equator. When sun across the Earth's equator, it's cause equal day and night all over the Earth and occurring about March 21 and September 22. When sun across the plane of the equator on 21st March and 22 September, it's cause equal day and equal night. This is known as the spring and autumn equinox. As you see in the picture that the March equinox and the September equinox both are facing with the same direction to the sun. There is something that equinox do not always occur in the same day each year. Generally, they occur about 6 hours later each year with a jump of a day backward on the leap year. Now, coming up to the amazing fact of the Earth. The total surface area of the Earth is approximately 5 crore 10 lakhs and 22,000 square kilometer. The Earth is said to be about 4.5 billion years old. I hope all concepts are clear now. We'll see you next time. Allah Hafiz.